What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Hot Mango Seed Podcast. We back where we drill down to the seed on everything related to entertainment, crypto, the marijuana industry, and everyday life. I'm LaRue, and I'm joined with some of the coolest people on the planet. You know, the HMS crew, Souljah Bless, Rob Raider, Henny Skywalker, and King T. How y'all doing, man? Can y'all believe that this is episode 4?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's great.
It's great.
It's going by really fast.
Forward
Yeah.
movement, you know,
Yeah.
it is everything straight.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
How you doing, Henny?
I'm doing well.
Yeah. Rob said it's great. That's all they gotta say. It's great.
Yeah, flying high right now. It's awesome. Life
He's
is,
flying high for real, though.
Life is beautiful right now.
We're going to be Icarus status
Yeah.
flying too
Yeah.
close to the damn sun.
In the clouds.
Yes,
Yo, life is beautiful, brother. Like, I think, me and Rob were talking about it on the way here, how blessed all of us have been.
Yes.
Even through, the pandemic and all the craziness that have been happening, we still somehow were managed to continue growing.
Right.
And growing forward. You know what I mean? And I know we're not the only ones out there, but, just speaking for, my people in this room. But so it's been a blessing. It's been a wonderful time.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
I agree. I think there's been a lot of growth over, these last few years, and not to switch the subject or nothing, but I got a random question for y'all because y'all crack me up. Do y'all pee in the shower?
From time to time, when it's necessary. Like
You wasn't
when you
there.
just gotta go, it's like fuck it, just go.
Yeah.
Go down the drain. Same drains.
In the
Just
shower?
To the toilet.
In
Yeah,
the shower, because some people think it's nasty.
I mean, for a guy, it's better. At least we can aim. At least
Right.
I can point and aim.
That's so random.
So
Hey,
I don't see nothing too wrong with that. I mean, still cleansing your body at the same time.
Man, I ain't even gonna lie. I do.
Unless unless you pissing yourself after you finish showering while you're still in the shower,
you
it's a
see, the
different
thing
story.
is, you getting clean, right?
Right.
So you might as well just go ahead and relieve yourself in it. Now, I ain't talking about shit in the friggin' shower now.
No, that's
You know what I mean?
That's
There you go. There you go.
That's
You
different.
understand what I mean there, kid? So if you just, come on and, it's time to take a piss in there, you just go ahead and you do it and,
So I guess we all pissed in the pool too then.
Oh hell yeah, plenty of times.
Yo, I remember.
Before they start putting the color in there, before they start
Yeah.
when they change the color
Pour
on
you out,
you,
pour you
yeah.
out.
Yo, every time I go to the beach, I feel like I was taught when you gotta pee, you go in the water, right?
well,
But yo-
I mean, that's the beach, it cleanse itself, so.
It's chlorine, right?
So what do you do?
Man,
What do
we
you
all
do?
been, we all been swimming
Oh,
in
not
somebody
somebody
else's
bad.
piss.
Salt water.
I know I
worse.
go.
The more you think about it, it just get worse and worse. We all
I'm
been
that-
swimming in somebody else's piss.
Hey, I'm that dude. I'll be talking to you and going like, so are you enjoying the day? Like I'm enjoying the day, and I'll be peeing right there.
Oh man,
Just let it go.
that remind me of that TikTok I saw with that chick. I'm not gonna say her race, but she was like, so. We all shit in the shower and a whole bunch
What?
of black people
Nope.
they redid it. They was like, no the fuck we don't. No the fuck we don't. Everybody was like, no the fuck we don't.
We
Like,
don't.
Yeah,
No.
no, we don't do them things.
That hell.
hilarious.
But what do you do when you do gotta go number 2 and you're in the shower? Do you get out all
Yeah,
soaked
hop
up?
out
You
wet.
hop out and
I mean, you
and
should
do-
be taking a shit before you
You
get
do
in
a
the shower.
that's what I'm saying.
speed dry.
Yeah.
You do a speed dry before you sit on the toilet. It's still gonna get the toilet a little bit wet, but
Right.
you speed dry. You know what I mean, to make it happen.
You should
I
get
know
on the
that's too much
toilet
time.
first.
Hopping right on.
I could
They
honestly
in the
say,
shower.
right? I could honestly say they never once that I take a shower and then I had to shit after.
Yeah.
I mean, I never had to, but
Like, I'm dead
just in
serious.
case. I'm just if I got
I'm
to.
dead serious with that one. Then, like, that is foreign to me. So,
Bruh, I didn't have that moment where my stomach is beatboxing.
But it was beatboxing before you got in the shower, so
True
you
that.
should have
Yeah,
got
true
on
that.
the toilet
I-
then.
truth.
Yeah.
Randomness, man.
was
Randomness of the Hot Mango Seed
That
podcast.
was
so
with a
random,
bang,
that was-
Right?
Start it off with a bang this time.
But yo, the
Hey.
topic of today, right? This is gonna make for such a great conversation, right? We're gonna jump into dating and relationships in 2022. Like when I tell you, like this is, man, it's a topic that we talk about so much behind the scenes, and amongst us, you know, the majority of us speaking now are single. We have one married man with us, so this will make for a great discussion.
Success.
The married man
Success
among
story.
us. Souljah bless.
Souljah,
Yes, sir,
the only
yes, sir.
surviving
Hey,
member.
Shout out to all the married people out there that holding strong
Big
and
ups.
holding firm. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
During the pandemic.
Yes.
During to be still with somebody during the,
The truth is
pandemic.
revealed through that day. You understand? When you see
Right.
somebody does indoors non-stop,
All
and
day.
you cannot
Every
run.
day.
Hey, you can't run,
All
no
day.
going nowhere, no
Every
leaving,
day.
doing nothing. You gotta stay with that person.
Oof.
You better be the right one because things go get revealed.
Yeah.
Listen, I was ready to break
real.
up with my damn self during the pandemic. I was tired of looking at my damn self.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine
All day.
being with somebody every day.
Every day.
Like you here again.
Yeah, yeah. But if it's the right one, it ain't gonna feel like it is any walk. You understand? It's just a natural
Yeah.
thing. It's just like, oh, it's just, you don't even think about it. It's just so natural and flows so free that that's not even a concern. Like I never had that thought in my mind. You
See,
understand what I mean?
that's dope. And much respect to all the, you know, the lovebirds out there, you know, the married people, the long, you know, years of relationships and all of that stuff, you know. Much respect to y'all because, you know, some of us wonder how y'all
It's
do.
hard.
Right? And you know, I wanted to segue into this article I read, right? It was really interesting. So I read an article that mentioned over the past 3 decades, there's been this huge decline in marriage, right? More and more people are choosing to be single and to live alone. In the 1960s, 13% of households were single homes. That's about 7 million homes. And now in the 20 plus years, over 36 million households are actually single, you know, me being one of them. So my question to the table is, why do y'all think that there's been this dramatic shift of people being single and also the divorce rates being so high?
Society's too busy for love.
What does that mean, Rob?
True that. I agree though.
Too
You
busy.
think?
Yeah.
It's too busy. It's like everyone's trying to go to school, all these jobs, and baby, like it's just so much going on social media. It's like a bunch of avenues to distractions to where we're not focused on each other. So it's like, what's the point of wasting time where I can just get you for this quick second, like
Second.
2 seconds,
He
3
said a
seconds.
second.
I don't
Give it
know.
more than a second, Rob.
Yeah.
Give it more than a second, Rob.
Second,
It's quick.
down to the second.
Rob in and out.
For a second or two.
Can do it for the
You know?
second.
So
A
like,
second can equal to a week, depending on some, you know, perspective on somebody's life, or a month, you know, or a year. But
yeah, like so years ago, right? Like people would jump into relationships because, you know, they wanted to have these conjointed financial, you know, stability, right? Like you'd have a wife, you'd have a husband, so that you can bring your earnings together, and you can have the American dream of buying a house, you know, being able to vacation and all of that stuff. And in this article, they were saying, you know, a lot of people are realizing now that they can make it on their own, right? And then it also comes to that factor of, you know, just having a partner to have relations with, to have sex with, right? But it seems like more and more people are just, I don't know, man. I feel like one of them, right?
Yeah, I've been married and divorced twice, for those that don't know. Shout out to the divorcees. But I want to say that,
He said twice.
you know, I got to a point where I realized I had tried so hard for other people and still ended up alone that I decided I'm going to be me.
Right.
And unfortunately, I'm not willing to change nothing. Like I'm hardcore. Like some people ain't as hardcore as me, but I've gone so past the line of doing for others that in a relationship to where now I just want to focus on building myself. You know what I mean?
Preach.
And so the problem with that is that shit lonely, B.
Yeah, it can be.
You could have relationships, but you can't have relationships. You know what I mean? Like I have, you know, and I can't say I got blessed recently. I ain't gonna say no names, but the pandemic actually brought me closer to someone.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say her name, but the
Okay.
pandemic did bring me close to someone.
Little
And
hearts.
I've been,
Shout out to the
but
mystery woman.
here's the thing though. I've been in such denial of things because I'm so solid on my independence that we never made it official because of me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's where a lot of people are right now. They love their independence so much What you holding the phone up for, Henny? What you trying to say? Inside joke.
Hey, let me tell you, right? But as what he was saying, I think is basically the mentality of the masses right now. Like the people, basically don't want to put in the work and is more quick to let it go, for things that they should be, give and taking and you know what I'm saying? It's all about that. You see what I'm saying?
So, okay, I don't mean to interject,
No,
but
you good.
so, you being the married person in the room, right? Like, when you say they're not willing to put in the work, like, I feel like more and more, like being on the outside, like, man, sometimes it's just not gonna work, right?
True.
Like, how do you know when it's like you have to put in the work versus, like, because you hear, like, with relationships, you talk to a married couple that been married 25 years and they say, oh, we've been through it all. We've been through the ups, the downs, and all around, But it's like, it comes to a point, like, when do you say, like, nah, this ain't gonna work versus, oh, let's get through this, she smokes crack on Wednesdays,
She's my boy go extreme. But let me give you a quick answer to that, right?
That's not a real story, but
It is a real story. My first wife.
Tornado.
oh, damn.
I ain't gonna say her name either.
Crazy. But a quick indicator, right, of if somebody wanted is if this person willing to compromise.
Okay.
Just like you
Yes.
have to be willing to compromise some things that you don't like, you're going to have to put up with because you're compromising because this other person is now compromising their life as well.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So they making changes, accepting things that probably I might piss them off. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, since they willing to put in that work, now I willing to put in that work. So for instance, if I come in the shower, right, and I see her hair in the tub, see what I'm saying? Like, she do it here and everything. Instead of being like, hey, what all this hair doing in this tub, you know what I mean? You tell this and that there, right? I just take a napkin and I just clean up the hair and throw the napkin out.
Easy.
You see what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So that's because way you
like a parent.
you avoid the whole scenario of going through all of that just like I may leave something around and without she come and tell me anything, she just go put it up, and that's the thing. It have to be a compromise. So somebody that willing to compromise, so you go to that person, say they do something that you don't like, you go up to them and be like, hey, I don't like this. You see what I'm saying? And it make me feel this way when you do this. And they change and they compromise and you see that they putting in the work to make it better,
Yeah.
you should reciprocate.
So
Take
I
note.
would- yeah.
Take note
I'm
of the way
taking,
he
I'm
said
taking
it.
notes.
The way
he
Bless said it, because you can't go up to her and be like, hey, the fuck you got going on in this bitch? You can't do that. You heard how he said it eloquently.
Yeah.
Speak. Communicate, motherfuckers. Y'all don't know how to talk.
Now, do you think, right, like, so do you think that comes from, maybe, I know, your background, like, mom and dad is married, you think like people who grow up in single households, might see things different? Or do you think, that's all like, because I think that, one thing that I've learned as I got older is like, we got mental health issues, right? Like, there's so much work that we need to do on ourselves, me included, before I can go and to really have that longevity of a relationship, right? I got to be able to, like you said, like when I see something I don't like, be able to have that consciousness to say, okay, you know what, this is petty. I can pop off that, she left the cereal box out and now it's stale.
Rue is petty as
why?
hell. You hear that?
Like, why? Like,
But
you
I
could've
love
closed it,
Fruit
like, why?
Loops.
Like,
I
come on, you
love
could've
Fruit
closed
Loops.
that.
I just bought these
They
Fruit
let the
Loops.
air get to them, so now they all soft.
Now they stale.
Yeah.
They're chewy. Fruit Loops ain't supposed to be chewy.
Yeah, I wasn't Fruit Loops.
I'd be so
Shout out
pissed
to
off.
Yeah,
So
right.
pissed off if my Captain Crunch don't burn the roof of my mouth. Fucking have my
Real
shit
talk.
hurt.
And then also, right? So, what do y'all think about the shift, right? Do you know, as we're talking about the late 1960s or whatever, the modern woman versus the new age woman, what's the difference?
When did it
Or
really change?
relationship? Good question.
Say like
You think the
2005.
2000s
That
or
is
the
very exact.
I think the change began in the late 90s.
Around 2000, mid 2000s.
I think the change began in the late 90s, but became obvious in the 2000s. Because the movement had already started with Queen Latifah and some of those artists had already set the power of women in motion as far as the black communities go.
As
gonna
far
blame
as
hip-hop?
black community, she
And not the
started.
internet?
It's like she started the movement, and then it took a U-turn, and then went down the street, and then elevated to another level.
Yeah.
So it's like, what happened?
Her and others during that time started it, but when the internet happened, it exploded because now women have voices that couldn't be shut down.
Yeah.
Feel me?
The internet.
You could no longer quiet them because now they had just as much access as we did. You know what I mean? And so it
Facts.
I got 6 sisters. I was loving that shit. I'm the second of those out of 8 and 6 sisters, and I'm trying to tell you, I see my sisters shine.
Now Cardi B and the WAP is the leader of this new class of ladies.
It's definitely a new confidence, right? But then also, you know, I mean, let's not just put the spotlight on women, but how men change too. I feel like men have changed a lot of ways too.
Testosterone.
Making up new words, Rob.
You know, I feel like
That sounds like an appetizer.
You know, testosterone. Extra cheese, please. But it's like men are starting to get estrogen now at the same time. They're becoming a little bit softer.
That I agree with. I
that
feel,
too.
you know, but it also, I think it comes with that shift of women, right? The empowerment of women. Women have always been powerful. Women,
Yes,
you know what I
always.
mean. Women
Always.
have
We just
always,
negated it for years.
Yeah, but it's no longer that 1950s movie where the man slaps the woman. I mean, we are not.
You can't do that
encouraging beating women at all, but there's no longer
because they do Muay Thai now,
that, like,
kickboxing.
That's
Right.
good. Because
Yeah.
women got guns now.
Shoot you.
You damn right.
Notice Henny.
Like me,
Is
like
women got good.
Probably smack you with the Arizona can.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I was raised by a woman. I was raised by a single
Same.
mom. I was raised by, you know, my older sister. So I've
Yeah,
always seen women in a very powerful place. You know what I mean? I've never ever doubted the strength of a woman, you know. And what is crazy though to me is like it went from, you know, I think of women being docile, laid back to, you know, gaining confidence to now sometimes being overconfident. I mean, a woman will be the one to, hey, what's happening with you? Let me get your number.
For real.
I'm gonna run you down, son.
Yeah, you're not lying. They definitely a lot more open. But I like it though. It's independence. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate seeing anybody being suppressed, and women had it worse than anybody because not only, especially, you know, the black woman. And, you know, not saying just the black women, but not only the black women, because I mean, not the black women went through it more than probably anyone, because not only were they neglected because they were black, but they were neglected because they were women. They were getting double hit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like us men, we had the world on our shoulders, but they was getting hit twice. You feel me? And so now we finding out the black woman is the most educated.
And imagine,
Period.
and
And that's a statistical fact.
Yeah, and imagine the black woman even to today being considered aggressive. You know, when she's frustrated.
I mean, women are aggressive. Period. But
You think black women are aggressive?
I think all women are crazy.
I think all women are aggressive, just not black women. I don't want to like single them out, but all women are. Certain women are aggressive.
So let's segue into this. Like, so I feel like, you know, right now it's so much harder to go and talk to somebody that you like, right? Like I mean, there's dating apps. Like, I feel like that's the new norm, right? Like, if you're trying to meet somebody, you hop on Tinder, you hop on Hinge, you hop on Bumble and all that.
It's too easy.
How do you do it, Rob? How does Rob go and approach?
It's too easy. So you know, like Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish.
I used to. Nah, that was like years ago.
Plenty of Fish is a site, right? That's one of
That
those
used to
sites.
when I first
dating
moved down
sites.
here. When I first moved down here in Florida in 2013.
Okay.
It's like, all right, I already knew about a dating app, so I was like, that's something quick to jump into, something fast to look for. I don't have to leave the house. which a lot of people do today, which had that thought, which I believe you shouldn't have. It shouldn't be your first thought to go look for some poom poom or some some dick or whatever you want to go look for.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I went on, and it was easy, and especially when you know what to look for and certain characteristics and
What do
stuff
you
like
look
that. You
for?
just go out there. I'm just basically being a predator online.
Predator.com.
That's what
And
the
not to
dating
say
sites
it in that
is.
bad of a context, but just,
That's how
I
it
know
is.
what I'm looking for.
He's searching
I know
for
what I can deal
any
with.
woman
So
that's
if
willing
I
to
need
give him
to,
his knees.
if I need to get off and I need to get off, boom, I can find that right there. Find it on there. It's easy. Might have it for the week, might have it for the month. That's what I'm saying, for the second.
Wow.
2 seconds. And but really that's like some old shit. That's really old. Right now it's more back to the old school, just going out to bar, just going out, just go talk to somebody off the simple, off the rip, just someone come down who's you find out who looks nice to you, just have a conversation.
What do you
That's
say
simple.
to them?
Don't
What do you say to them? They're sitting at the bar.
hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm
As simple as that. Because
okay.
some people come into it just overthinking. Like, what should I do? Should I like untuck this out? Should I show my belt? I just got a belt this week. I got new shoes. My haircut.
Not the
Should I
belt.
Said the belt.
Not
whatever.
the Gucci belt.
So whatever you got to do. But it's to me it is as simple as
I don't think belt to get him.
what's up, or some kind of simple introduction. Just
You would
as
think.
simple. No, not I know. It is just that simple, and a lot of people put pressure on that first introduction. To me, what's harder is the longevity of that, trying to carry it, but the introduction is much easier just to open the door, just to get in.
So it's easy to
But
open the door.
It's easy to get the door.
What lies behind the door?
But trying to stay,
Exactly, try to stay inside.
trying to get into that bedroom and
Wow.
under the covers.
Just straight there. That's-
Rob, we talking longevity, Rob. We talking past the covers, Rob. We talking about the life.
That's where it starts. That's where it starts. That's
So-
how you start. That's
so-
how everybody get tested.
So T,
yes.
T, Henny, how do y'all when
Yes.
it's in 2022 when you want to holler at somebody? What's your approach? How do you meet them?
Henny, you want that first? No. Look, I don't holler at anybody.
You don't?
Like the relationship. Look, y'all always laughing at me, y'all.
What do
Look,
you do? You release dubs?
Listen. I stopped searching for relationships.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I even got a song about it.
That's the
I
best way
searching
right
for
there.
love. Yeah, I stopped
That's the
searching for
best way.
because every time I search, I'm not a good picker. Like I picked some great women, but they didn't match me. At some point, and we wind up always having these endings that I don't like, and I'll become friends with them later. But as far as relationships, I let life happen. I let
Yeah.
life happen. You know what I mean? Like,
When you search, you give out too much information.
Say it again.
yeah, you're right.
Say it again. Say
When you
it.
search, you give out too much information. And
Absolutely.
predators will find you.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I
Yeah.
could make that an NFT.
And
Go
that's
ahead.
why
You got the Predator
Shout out.
NFT.
So that's what I'm getting at. Like I stopped searching, and like the lady that I'm building with right now, and I'm in denial, but
He's smiling,
all y'all know
He's
is what
smiling
it
real
is.
big.
But that didn't happen on purpose. You know what I'm saying? That was the pandemic hit, and everyone got cut off from the world, and we just happened to be in the same area, and we built a friendship, and eventually we realized this is more than just a friendship. But it wasn't on purpose for neither one of us. Like she wasn't thinking about it, I wasn't thinking about it. It was literally just we hanging out, and it's like, damn, this shorty really cool. You feel me? So, and I think when you do stuff like that, it ends up better than if you force that to just happen the way you want it to. You know what I'm saying? And that's personal, but at the same time, I've been married and divorced twice, so do not take any advice. I am not a counselor of any kind.
I think you touched on something that's so important. It's that friendship, right? It's
But you'd be perfect because of experience. I'm just saying.
with the
I'm saying just for advice because of experience. Like you have experience, so you're great advice to listen to.
right.
Yes, I got a lot of
Yeah.
That's
experience.
facts. That's facts.
I got a lot of
It's experience. So
Yeah.
someone who's been through the
So let's get some advice from the OG in the room, right? What does it take?
Bless us with
Mr. Success.
Teach
Bless
us.
is
Success.
successful.
Teach us.
Huh?
Teach us.
I have nothing to teach. You understand? Because the way I would go is, when you find a person that you meant to be with, that's when it's going to be. You understand? If you don't find that person, that means you're not meant to be with that person. Because one thing, love always go find a way. You understand? And so when you really looking for that one that you love and you want to love and you thinking, wow, I wish I could find this person, is when you don't look, is when the love
It's a
finds
sneaky
you.
little fucker. Love.
That is true. Because I feel like when, like, I'm short for some money and I look in my pocket, I'm like, I watched $1. Like, but is that not the same thing?
Nah.
What did you think about right?
I don't think that's the same thing.
I thought we was finding stuff.
Nah, B. You know what I mean? With love, when you find it, you know is the one. You understand? Like I say, it take a lot of compromise and a lot of work. It's not an easy thing, and I think that's what the reason in that, you know, more people getting, you know, divorced or are single these days is because, you know, less and less people are willing to compromise on the things that they, you know, don't want to X out. You see what I'm saying? But it takes two people compromising daily to make it happen. That's the only way.
I agree, you know, and shout out to your, you know, I've got to watch your marriage over the years, and it's beautiful, I must say. You know, it's something I think that we all watch and like, damn, man, I wish I could find that, you know.
Yeah, well, it having nightmares, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? Wonder wake up, you know what I mean? But they still wake up on stage.
I don't think
like,
you realize how much we envy that, brother.
Yeah.
Like, I see you and your wife, and I'm like, two wonderful people on this earth together. Like, dang, how'd you... How? That's like
roasting
that's
us
like
on
one.
Xbox Live.
Yeah. She be roasting the hell out of us.
I just
But-
put her through hell.
Yeah.
Put her through hell. Should I have them? They know them.
Oh yeah. She definitely deal with a lot of shit.
Yeah, I don't
But
put through hell, man. I don't put through hell. It's not easy. It's
a lot of it's my fault. But you know.
And I think, you know, just to chime in, you know, like over the years as I get older and I realize, you know, it's like, it definitely, I think that we don't address our own mental health issues, our own bad picking choices. You know, like we get so like stuck on people's looks, their outer looks, their, you know, their physical physique. And, you know, that's where I'm gonna kind of segue, unless anybody else has anything. I was gonna segue into the jewel of the day, right? So there's this old saying that says everything that glitters ain't gold, right? The phrase originated from The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare, and it later became a song, All That Glitters Is Not Gold, in 1901, with words by George A. Norton and music by James Casey. The meaning behind this phrase is, do not trust everything you see. We often pursue things that we are attracted to, but later find out that that's all that person has to offer. Sure, they'll look good on your arm, and people will marvel over the attractive mate that you have, but if looks is all they have to offer, I'd be cautious, because the truth of the matter is looks fade and we all age at some point. Beneath the layers of beauty lies mental health issues, financial issues, dishonesty, and sometimes even evilness. In some cases, we ourselves are simply bad pickers. So my advice to you is to first work on yourself. It's so important to work on yourself. 2, know your own worth. And 3, look for the total package in a person: kindness, honesty, financial freedom, intelligence. Then go look for attractiveness. Stop settling for glitter when everything that glitters is not gold. We are the Hot Mango Seed Podcast, and we love y'all. Keep tuning in. Make sure you follow us on social media. Until next time.
Peace.
I am a mango seed. Let me get it.
Henny.
I am vengeance, and I am a mango seed.